It's December 2024 and welcome to Walking Street here in Pattaya. This is the premier night destination in Southeast Asia. One of the things that information we get when you've got a YouTube channel is certain search engine criteria for the main subject of your channel. And Pattaya, one of the big search engine criteria is bars, go-go's, Pattaya massage, Pattaya golf. And Pattaya Walking Street is in the top 10 most searched things with Pattaya in the name in the whole of Google. So it is the premier destination, but it's looking a lot different than it did even 4 years ago. There was a big meeting at the end of 2020 in the middle of the COVID lockdown, and it was suggested that there was going to be a complete transformation of Walking Street. It didn't look like this, it looked a lot different. And one of the things they were going to do was take down all the cabling, they were going to extend the pavements, and they were going to take down all the overhanging signage. And there's been so much talk about the signs have changed, things are different. But is it? And a lot of people have said that it's not the same, Walking Street's not the same, and there are other reasons other than the signage. But people had this kind of sentimental connection to all the overhanging signage. Although, I've got to say, I disagree.
This was an artist's impression of what Walking Street should have looked like. These were the days of the hanging signs, and this is what it looks like now.
A lot of people said incorrectly that one of the reasons that the signs were took down was because of this nightclub here, Nashaa, just at the top of Walking Street over by Bali High. And I think it was in 2021, during the lockdown, there was a really big fire here and the whole building kind of burnt down. It's been rebuilt now, but I do remember on that night, what a night that was. I woke up, I was asleep in my condo. It was lockdown, so we're not allowed to go outside from about 7 o'clock in the evening. And I woke up to my mobile phone being absolutely full of messages saying, Walking Street's on fire, the whole of Walking Street's gone up. Can you let me know what's going on? There's a big fire on Walking Street. Well, when I actually got here, it wasn't the case, but I opened my bedroom door to try to leave my condo, and my girlfriend at the time was busy doing a live stream to her OnlyFans channel, which was a bit of a problem because I'd have been in the background. So I had to wait for her to finish, and then I managed to get here. And I had to be very careful because shouldn't really have been here. I was breaking the lockdown rules. Naughty Philip, eh? A lot of people have said that the fire engines and the emergency vehicles couldn't gain access to Walking Street at the time because of the hanging signs. There might have been a couple of instances like that, but actually, when I got here, the place was packed full of fire engines and all the emergency services. No one was injured, but obviously the property was going up. The decision to take all the signs down had been made months earlier at that meeting that I told you about earlier. I think it was about September, October in 2020. And so the whole of Walking Street, over a period of about 2 years, changed its personality. the new walking street looks very different. There aren't the overhanging signs that there were before. But many people have complained about a lot of things about walking street, to be honest. And one of them is, it's not the same without the hanging sign. Before, it was like Las Vegas. It was like Tokyo. You got that vibe. But here's the thing. If you actually look at the signage in Las Vegas, look at the signage in Tokyo or Seoul, it's all the same as this. It's all vertical. There aren't any overhanging signs in those cities because those cities realise that it's very dangerous to have those if emergency vehicles can't go through. So, that argument is kind of distilled. And another thing I always say when people talk about the signage is this. Before the signage came down, I can't remember one person that ever told me they like to come to Walking Street because of the signs. Weren't they pretty? But all of a sudden when they came down, it was different. I know that Walking Street has got a really bad vibe amongst a lot of people. But my bar, which is just off Walking Street, is going from strength to strength. I've been here 8 years now. And I want to say a big thank you to everybody that has visited the bar over the last 8 years, just off Walking Street on Soy Diamond. We're going from strength to strength. Please come and join me there from 4 p.m. most nights. If you're coming over for Christmas and New Year, give Walking Street a go. A lot of people complain about Walking Street, but if you go down Soy Diamond, you know what? It's got that feel, that vibe of an old-time soy that we used to enjoy in the 80s, 90s and early 2000s. But that's it. From a brand new Walking Street, Southeast Asia's #1 nightclub and nighttime area. I'll say goodbye now. Good night. Bye-bye.